Hey, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. In today's video, as you see beside me, we're going to be talking about the BeaverTech brush cutter. So it goes by a fancy name, a DEBEXC24. I don't know what any of that stands for other than it's a 24-inch cut. Otherwise, we just call it a fancy brush cutter from BeaverTech. At the end of the day, we're going to be doing an overview of that and then actually taking out and demoing it. As you see behind me, we're out in the wilderness here and going to be widening a trail. So stick with us. We're going to be talking about that brush cutter. One thing we get brought up all the time is a mulch head, brush cutter, rotary cutter. What do I want on the front of my excavator to inexpensively cut my trails back? Well, unfortunately, there is no inexpensive whenever it comes to construction equipment, and especially a mulch head or in this case a brush cutter on the front. This is probably one of the more economical ways of doing it. You know, you're going to be under $10,000 whenever it's on there, installed, and looking at it. So what is a BeaverTech brush cutter? They make a multitude of different ones from the company. Again, they're based out of Quebec, which is great, you know, being a Canadian company. They are great to get along with and a good company all in all. At the end of the day, they make a lot of different products. You can get the flail mowers from them out front. You can get them for behind your ATV, as we've demonstrated in the past. There's lots of different ways to go about cutting branches and grass and everything. So whenever you have an excavator, this is one of the most popular ways. As I mentioned before, this is the 24-inch model. They do make a 36. Again, the 36, I would probably recommend it on a 5-ton machine, kind of in around there, or at minimum the 040. So as you can see behind me, this is the KX033, which will do a great job on this 24-inch. What do I mean by 24-inch? Well, that's that rotary head right here. So you'll see it there. It's got a bunch of spinning blades on there that's going to be cutting the brush down. It's going to work quickly and efficiently. These teeth, they're supposed to last about 150 to 200 hours. Really, it comes down to what material you're putting into it as to whether you'll see that life expectancy on it. You can sharpen them or bring some life back out of them. They're not hard to replace. You know, again, it's just unbolt it, put a new one on if you do see some early wear or damage to it. Again, if you do see a lot of damage to one particular section, it will throw it out of balance. So just be mindful that it's like any spinning rotor. Out of balance will give you a bad vibration and kind of ruin your day. What we do see a lot of is what kind of flow do I need? For this particular model, you need 6 gallons per minute. You are more than over that whenever it comes to the KX lineup from Kubota, where you get right down to the KX18, right up to the 040. We'll have no problem running this and nice and easy. One thing you're going to always want is return to tank line. You'll see this one has been kind of modified kind of to work here. You know, we're tying into here without a return line because, well, this isn't a permanent unit. It isn't ours kind of idea. So eventually this will all be removed. After that, you'll see it has the optional root rake attached here. Whether you want that or not, it's up to yourself. So if you get a diverter valve with it where you can use the thumb, it's going to come in handy. If you don't get that diverter valve and this thumb is just sitting there and you can't use it with this, I wouldn't recommend the root rake. It's just going to kind of get in your way more than anything. So especially for the cost of it, you want to use it. So that's kind of the overview of it. Let's jump out now and test it out. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing this BeaverTech brush cutter in action. You know, some of the pros and cons of it. As you can see, it works quickly. One con is it is only kind of one directional. You know, you got to come down one side of your trail and then back up the other to really speed things up. But it does work great with that root rake there. Again, if you really want to make this unit your own, is you know, get that diverter valve for that thumb and really be able to grab things and throw them off to the side. Worst case scenario without that rake is you just kind of drive over it and move it with the blade. Either way, or just let it rot on the trail. It's not going to matter too much that way. One thing to be mindful of, you know, this is about 250 pounds here. You know, once you put that root rake on, you're going to be around 300 pounds. So fully extended, it might be a little bit much on any excavator, but at the end of the day, you're not really going to be operating too far away from the boom or over the blade kind of idea. So it is kind of a low weight machine and will work perfectly for you. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please down below. Thank you.